My father was injured racing in 1998.
Turned it back the other way and slammed straight into the wall.
And about 5 years later, he got some money together to go racing again. And Brian and I each quit our jobs. And from that point in time, we've been working together ever since.
Currently, Brian, Paul, and their dad sponsor NASCAR superstar Dale Earnhardt Jr. through their family business.
My relationship with Paul, my brother, is awesome. I mean, I'm 36 years old, I'm single, ladies, and I have no children, and I just kind of live vicariously through his family life, and I love having them come over. We've just been best friends since we were born.
I want my kids to share the same relationship I have with Uncle Brian, because we've always been such a close family. I don't want that to change because I'm married with 3 children, and he's single with a dog.
But this is not just any dog. The ancient Chinese revered the Pekingese, and they could only be owned by royalty. Gizmo's beginnings are a bit more humble.
I got Gizmo 2006. There was just a sign on the side of the road that said "Free Pekingese."
My brother is afraid of dogs, and now he has Gizmo, and it's like his little baby.
What is that, Giz? Is that a fish?
I'd probably baby Gizmo because I don't have any babies myself, so I treat him like he's my child.
This is the only way you'll be a good boy. You're making Daddy broke.
And I don't want to discipline him, you know, I don't want to strike him, I don't want to hurt him, I don't want to make him feel bad, so I want to give him treats.
I go through a box a week.
He treats Gizmo with kid gloves, like, anything you want. Okay, Gizmo, here you go. I microwaved it for 10 seconds.
0, and he knows when he hears the beep that it's coming out.
It's, you know, everything is good, but in reality, he's a dog.
Hey, bad boy, let me get that food. Oh, Gizmo, ouch.
I love my nieces and nephews more than anything. I'll never forget that Gizmo bit Bella.
I was beside myself. I mean, she was bleeding, she was a year old.
It sent me through the roof. I was accepting of the dog until then. I always was wary of him, and I don't want it to happen again. It has to stop.
It was sad for me. I mean, it felt like I had lost control of my dog. He is just very possessive of everything. He thinks that everything belongs to him. Once it hits the floor, it's his property. When I have Paul and Laura over and all of my nieces and nephews, it revolves around me trying to kind of keep the peace every time they come over, and it makes it that much harder for me to enjoy myself.
The reality is it's the dog that causes the issue.
I'm not a big guy by any means, but I'm impressed by the fact that he can walk down the street and intimidate everybody. A little bit. Once I started interacting him with the entire neighborhood, it became a problem. There's a few in the neighborhood where he doesn't even want to go near him. Just will run off my leash and want to go attack him. Maybe he feels he's bigger than big dogs. He's got a Napoleon syndrome. But it's super stressful for me. I hope Cesar can make the relationship between my dog and my nieces and nephews a little bit better, and also help the interactions on the street when I'm walking Gizmo, I don't know, somehow chill him out.
So what's the problem? Problem is, he's not good with my nieces and nephews. He's bitten them. He's bitten me, and he's not good with bigger dogs.
How, like, when you say it's not good, what does he do?
He wants to go after everything that's bigger than him.
How big is this guy?
He's like 11.5 pounds. He's a little Pekingese. But,
and so what do you do when he misbehaves?
I never yell at him. I never strike him. I put him in a room by himself and give him a bunch of treats and let him chill out.
And where is that? How does that? You came up with that strategy?
I have no idea. There you go. That's a good boy. Now you're good. That's all it takes is treats. And Gizmo, that's my child. Right. To him, it's not like I'm rewarding him, but I am just, I guess.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. I just want him to feel good.
A kid that slaps his parents, you don't put him in the room and give him a computer or something. You know what I mean? The kids would become gangsters.
I don't know. Oh, Gizmo, ouch.
Obviously, that's going to require a consequence. And I'm not saying a consequence like a horrible thing to do, but we definitely have to do something about it. And so it's like you're capturing a wild animal there.
He has rituals, basically, and it's hard to break him from his rituals where I have to heat up his food for 10 seconds, and he comes to eat his food at 5 o'clock. You know, if I'm not home,
I feel like he would pick up a phone and call me.
If you want the kids to enjoy Gizmo so you can just do your thing, and then we have to change certain rituals. Let's begin with that, where nobody gets hurt except the person who's feeding. When I first met Gizmo, he just passed by like a shark. And I said, oh, that's not really good.
Let's go, buddy. Want some food? Want some food? Want some food? And he knows the sound of the side of the can. I do that every morning.
Oh, so you play it?
Yeah. I do it every time I do that.
All right.
And I play it.
All right.
And I mean, it's pretty easy. I have to go over here and get a plate because he won't, no dog bowls.
No dog bowls?
No. He eats off of human plates every time.
So he's not a good customer of mine?
No dog bowls. Cutting up the food. Have to. If you don't, he won't eat it.
Oh,
Gotta
nice.
go in the microwave. Gotta be 10 seconds. I hit one express cook and I sit here, I have to wait. When it gets to 55, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. He knows the beep. Pull it out. Have to walk this way around because it's gotta be half and half and it's gotta be perfect. Can't open the lid. He doesn't like that. If he hears this open, won't eat. Gotta open it this way.
No way.
And gotta take it from here. 2 hands, push it out. And it can only be one, you can't do twice.
He has his own ritual, and he thinks it's Gizmo that has the ritual. You see what I'm saying?
Then we put it down, Gizzy, Gizzy, come eat. And he always goes around that way to come eat it.
And so when he bites?
And then he eats. And he bites it. If something spills off the plate and I go to clean it up, like, I mean, he'll do it, but he'd bite me right now. I would have been bitten already.
He's not done yet, but this is almost like when I see the race cars, and a guy is about to pass the other guy, you know, and this is him. He's trying to pass me, but I gotta stay. It's all mental.
I'm blown away right now.
There you go. See it? Left, right, left, right.
Oh, there's definitely mental involved.
Yeah. But one thing you can't lose is your patience. As you look, he's trying to outsmart me here. You know what makes an animal very smart and very successful is his capability to wait. And he knew how to wait. See, that step back is good. Because you know when a car is right here and the guy pulled back, that's an advantage.
It's a go sign.
That's a go sign.
It's a go sign.
A mind that dominates and knows how to wait, that's a very powerful mind. You need to be more patient than them. That's good. And that's how you dominate, with your patience.
Good.
That's good, that's good, that's good. They're gonna put pedal to the metal, right? They're gonna put all the gas they have, but guess what? They can't pass.
That was a shining example right there.
That's good, yeah.
Yep.
He's done it before.
Yeah, and it's just what's coming between him and what he wants.
Yeah.
And
Gizmo was aggressive, but it's actually really good to see why Gizmo became aggressive, why Gizmo became so detail-oriented, you know, to the 10 seconds versus the 8 second. The dog believes what you believe. That's fine. And it became absolutely powerful. But see, by waiting and not venting, by whining, he conserves more energy. He is a perfect energy saver. He knows at the moment you show weakness, meaning you lost your patience, that's when he said, oh, it's just a matter of time with you. See it? maybe that strategy worked. I mean, this guy is definitely a NASCAR fan. It's all about patience in NASCAR. Even though that's better. That's better. There you go. That's more submissive. There you go.
He will do that. Submissive. And that's, whenever he does lay down, that's where he goes, is in front of the fridge.
While Cesar tends to his wounds, he asks that Junior be fetched from the motorhome.
Oh, Gizmo, get ready, bud. I hope you like these dogs. I don't even want to watch.
You know, you say, I don't even want to watch.
I'm already stressed. This is exactly how I feel when Paul and Laura are coming over with the kids. This is exactly how I feel.
Right. Brian was tense the whole entire time.
Oh, boy.
Everything has such a dramatic event. No.
Oh, boy.
Tail back. That's right. I felt that Junior needed to practice no smell. Just come right here and participate for me to evaluate how this little dog behaves around big dogs. Just relax. It's just like keep the car parked. Right here. This is my steering wheel. People that own powerful breed like myself, we can't afford to have a dog not to listen to us a second right after we say something. That's better. The reason why I did that at this point is because Gizmo actually showing submission towards Junior by holding the head low. Junior. Because I want him to want some more.
I'm shocked. That's crazy.
That was surprising for Brian to see a big dog in Gizmo's house, and it wasn't too much of a big deal for Brian.
That is it.
It's like you're driving, but you were in the back. He was not a believer yet.
Normally he wants to go after Dakota. He wants to immediately turn right. And in the mornings we turn left.
A lot of little dogs have this Napoleon complex because it's very typical to see their humans with a flexi leash. Let me change the leash here so you can see the difference. This leash is not for control purpose. All right, so now we're gonna meet his friend.
Definitely not friends.
This is normal. There we go, for him to put up a little fight. How are you, ma'am? Oh, yeah, there we go, there you go. This is good. Oh, so there is history here. And he did want to kill. Gizmo got to the point where he was in two legs. He rather choked himself to death and said, okay, this is way too far gone.
He just loses his mind when he sees Dakota.
I lost this lap, right? Okay, he was a very short lap, but I lost it. I know how to lose, I embrace the losing, right? But at the same time, I know how to start again. We brought him to the mobile home so we can start all over again. Junior created a good memory for him. There you go. There you go. We went all the way from 10 to 0. Junior actually helps him to calm down. So, lap number 2. Right there. That right there is showing you I'm paying attention to that direction. Look. All the way from here. How many feet? How many feet is from here?
50 yards at least.
Yeah. It is actually normal that if he can't get to whatever is in front of him, for him to redirect. And in this case, it's actually healthier that he addressed it to me because it's much easier to control. That's good. There you go. Every dog is different. That's the reason why we say consult a professional. There you go. There you go. And that whine, that's the whine of a predator. Wants to do a kill, they have a certain whine, and that's that. That's better. See, look at the ears. That's what you caress. Because I want him to know that this is what makes me happy. If you give him affection when they're aggressive, and then they want to do that over and over and over and over and over. And I was touching, my regular touch, and he wasn't getting it.
Kizzy.
That's all right. He's done it before. That's why he's doing it to me. At one point, I have to ask Brian, okay, let me go with Dakota and his owner for a walk. So how old is Dakota?
He just turned 8.
And is he a Malamute or a Husky?
He's a Malamute.
Malamute. Let's get going. I'm glad how he ignores him.
He's always been pretty good with dogs.
Yeah, he's awesome. Once he smells, it's gonna be friendship. Yeah, we're not ready to stop yet. It's such a great dog. I'm so glad that we have Dakota as a helper. That's better. Hey, now you're gonna see a difference. See, look at the ears now. Yeah.
This is the closest that they've ever been.
What I wanna get to is for him to imitate what Dakota is doing. People get more tense, people get furious, People just walk away, people just drag me, but nobody has made me surrender. You just told him not there. See it? And at one point, Dakota growled. That was a good, healthy growl. And Gizmo didn't know what that growl meant, except, let's fight, right? And I said, no, that growl means respect. Now what we're gonna do is the face-to-face. A dog has more difficulty when it's face-to-face than when it's sideways. No tension on the leash, very important. I don't want him to feel the same tension he gets with Brian, no anticipation. I'm gonna let him go in front to see what his reaction is. But look what I'm gonna do here, right here. This is beautiful. He wants to smell, actually, look. So you have to know what he's saying and what he wants, just like when Dakota was saying the growl. When he came in, his intention was not to attack. Until there, there you go. There you go. Until there. Once you snap the brain out of it, then you can remove the dog from the situation. So the last thing the brain did was to become submissive. Let's do it again. Oh, that's the first time face to face, look. This is a sign that it's not that good, but it's face to face, so we're not gonna overreact. That's good, that's good. Beautiful soft eye contact. My fundamentals are always the same. Calm, assertive human. Before I ask the dog to do anything for me.
I won't believe it until I see it. So here it comes. No way. Holy cow, that's crazy. I'm shocked. I don't believe it. Is that really Gizmo? Wow, it is. His tail is wagging too. Oh my God, they're touching. It was like a 20-minute walk and now you're back and they're actually on the same sidewalk at the same time. And this has never happened. He's prancing like he just won the Westminster. Look at you, buddy.
So we're gonna give Dakota a break and then we're gonna do it again, all right?
I can't believe it. It's crazy.
I totally understand that for some people, a dog is their child. I understand, dog or child. Our job is to make them work together. I mean, as a sister-in-law, how would you like, I mean, in families, so, you know, maybe your kid needs rules, boundaries, limitations. Maybe your dog needs rules, boundaries, limitations.
We just kind of know that that's how Brian is with the dog. Right. And, you know, I guess we were hoping that the dog could be fixed, you know, without fixing Brian, but clearly now we know that Brian needs to be fixed.
And we don't mean neutering. It's good to joke around. I mean, your family sometimes can be brutally honest. What do you think about that?
You know, Paul and Laura have rituals with my nieces and nephews here who I don't. They come over, it's free-for-all. We have as much fun as I want to, and that's the same thing I do with Gizmo every day.
I never know when a human is gonna get it, you know, when I can get through to the human and see, oh, it's me, you know? That's the key, that's the bottom line, that's transformation. That's, you know, it's not the dog, it's the human behind the dog. Yeah.
After the family get-together, Dakota is rested and ready to resume her valuable assistance.
There. See, look at the tension here. Hey, hey. See, if I keep tension, it intensifies. So if I pull back, like, you know, when you saw that little tension, notice that I didn't pull back. What I did is I touched the side so I can snap him out of him.
I always pull back.
Yeah.
I pull and run across the other side of the street.
Oh, people drag. You know, they drag the dog.
I might drag too.
That's better. Look.
It's unbelievable. Yes. I want to be a dog whisperer.
You are a dog whisperer. You just whispered the wrong way.
Amazing. It's amazing.
All right, so do the same thing. Come from there and come and meet us here.
Come on. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. Come here. You do it up like this. Like this. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
This is, watch this. See how much pull are you doing?
Yeah, that was a lot of pull.
Yeah, lots of them. Watch this. Let me watch this, okay? You're teaching him to shut down. There you go. As soon as he move in, he's shut down. That's because the human use way too much tension. So we're gonna get him off. There you go, right there. Yep. See it? So as soon as the brain gives it, you gotta relax. Because he was moving, but you stay tense. Walking with Brian, with a dog, is like, oh man, I can't walk a dog with you.
Let's go.
There you go.
Let's go.
Keep going, keep going, keep
Come
going.
on. Gizmo, let's go.
Then relax. Again. Right, calm down. I'm gonna put a leash on you. Ready, buddy. Nice, nice. Gentle. There you go. Beautiful. Relax the hand. Relax it. Pull it down. That's right.
Good boy.
Shoulders up.
Good boy.
That's right.
Good boy. That's a good boy.
A little too tense. I hope he can see that eventually. There you go. Don't look at the ground. Just breathe. Relax. Relax. Nice. Picture the goal. There we go. Beautiful.
Good boy.
That's right there. Nice. Relax the hand. Relax it completely. Yes, that's relaxing. Yes, right. Turn around. There you go.
Come on. Let's
Bring it back.
Let's go back this way.
Don't look at the dog. Relax the hand.
Look at that.
There we go. Relax the hand. That's better.
Come on.
Stop right there. Stop.
What's up?
Relax the hand, buddy. Yeah. Beautiful, right?
What the hell was that, dude? I love you. That was unbelievable.
Thank you. But
Holy crap.
So relax. See, this is what I mean about relax. You want
I
some
can't
vodka?
relax her. That's unbelievable. Holy schnoli. That was crazy.
Right,
What are you doing?
No, I'm doing to
Who
you.
are you?
Right.
That was crazy.
Gizmo's like, I told you, dude.
That was
You're
awesome.
too tense.
That was so cool. All right, I'm so relaxed right now.
Right. The way you were using physical, it was way too much. So you make them way too strong.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You really empower a dog, and they learn not to listen to it. Look at this. Right here. So he doesn't have to come in here yet. Good boy. He can
That's
see what he's
amazing.
doing. You see what I mean? Okay, look, not tension, just short.
Yep.
Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. That's face to face, buddy.
I gotta admit, I thought this was unbelievably complete malarkey until you showed up, and now I'm like blown away.
All right, thank you. I don't know what that means, but thank you, right? Here, you can take it.
Cool.
You can take it to another
Holy
level.
moly.
You know, this is just taking it to another level, right here.
This is a huge difference that the two of them can be this close.
The hardest part is to convince you that you don't have to anticipate the worst. That's what I always say. Human have to see it to believe it. Human have to experience to believe it. And that to him was like the biggest surprise ever. Look, remember, you have made this guy too powerful that he can actually make decisions. We will remember Brian, I tell you that. I know I made this mistake, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Greg Bickley, driver of car number 16, loved animals long before he became a NASCAR champion.
Growing up, I was always around animals, and mostly dogs, and I had a cat at one time, so just, loved animals.
It's a love Greg shares with his wife, Nicole.
We have 4 children. We have 3 dogs and a baby.
When I look at my situation, and then I look around, that's what gives me motivation to try and help, other people and other animals.
In 2005, Greg and Nicole founded the Greg Bickley Foundation.
NASCAR supported our organization. We really wanted to help bring awareness to the well-being of animals and humane treatment and how important it is to get your pet spayed and neutered.
Greg and Nicole have been wonderful supporters, not just through the Greg Bickley Foundation, but also coming in person to the shelter. They have been wonderful supporters historically of Halifax Humane Society.
These shelters, while they serve a main huge purpose, they do a lot of good. We have to get everybody to understand that spaying and neutering their animals will reduce the need for these shelters.
With shelters throughout America overwhelmed with unwanted pets, Cesar shares the Biffles' plea for spaying and neutering. Today, Greg and Nicole ask him to assist workers at the Halifax Humane Society. Cesar will demonstrate techniques to help place 3 dogs with behavior problems.
Having over 300 animals here at Halifax Humane Society, just one negative behavior can be the reason that a potential owner moves on to the next pet. And if we can help modify those, it's our belief that we can help find these dogs a home.
Thank you for your time. I know you got a seminar you're going to do here today,
Sir.
so all right, well, I got to get back to the track, a little practice.
Ma'am, pleasure to meet you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We're very excited to have Cesar here. We know that he can make a difference for our animals, for our staff, and encouraging our staff with some of the best standards and methods that you can find.
Thank you. ¿Cómo están? Muy bien. Well, this is Florida. Everybody speaks Spanish, right?
That's right.
The first dog presented is Connor. Connor is a high-energy, high jumper who is wild on the leash.
I just think he's a puppy. He just needs a little TLC, you know, a little training. And I think he would be a great dog.
All right, so this is evaluation. That's energy. Who you are in the animal world is energy. So how you hold the leash is really how you're trying to control the situation. So I like to use a much simpler leash. This is normal. This is what he has learned to do. So here. Short but not tense, right? From a Chihuahua to a Great Dane, leash all the way in the top helps to control the mechanics of the brain. Why this is good? Because the more he tries, the more he sees that this is not the way he communicates. And then he says, so what's my way of communication? Well, you wait. That's one way of communicating. There you go. See it? Then he says that at that time, there was no tension on the leash. So this is my way of saying good boy. So if I go, good boy, yes, good boy, he gets even more excited. So I'm gonna use sound when the mind is at a level 0. Then he associates sounds with calmness, because that's the moment of conditioning. So if I give food when the mind is excited, he relates food to excitement. Then the brain says, oh, that's how I get food. I act excited, they give me food. So the dog must remind human to stay calm and confident. Get it? Yeah, that's why a lot of people, when you see them, you grab a dog. It's like they're going to war. Look, see it? I put tension, look at it. Stop it, no, stop it. Sit, no, sit, stop it, no, stop it, no, off, yeah? Right, so I said a lot of things, right? But I didn't create what I wanted. So I switched my state, look what happened. So it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I mean, this is obvious. This is like dog psychology 101. They don't lie. It's not like I give a Prozac pill to this guy. You know what I mean? It's just right there and then. And then you give affection there, or you just feel, that's what I wanted. What do you think? Not bad, huh?
Next up, a terrier mix named Gia.
Nice to meet you, Will.
Due to her small size, she tries to get in with the bigger dogs and see if she can be the boss.
Gia's evaluation creates doubt as to whether she can be placed in a household with other animals.
So what I want you guys to see is how the evaluation is done, right?
Junior comes in to lend assistance.
How the evaluation is done. We're gonna keep distance. Proximities is a tool. When you're not sure, you can always go back to proximities and begin closing the space, right? And at the same time, that gives you access and evaluate how the handler is introducing that relationship. Because this is a handler that has a dog next to him, so that puts him in a follower position. That is a handler that has a dog in front of him, that puts a dog in a leader position. So we're gonna switch. You keep it right there. So what I'm saying is, we're gonna go over there, but on my terms. That puts the dog in a different frame of mind. More following directions instead of giving direction. There you go. Grab the leash. She's flooring with Junior. There you go. See, ears back, that's good. That's a terrier thing. Now what I say is, that's as far as you can go. And I'm pretty sure you would like to play with her. She's pretty hot. See, this is, there you go. So there you go. So she's playful. This is not an aggressive dog, not even dominant.
Hello.
Hi.
This is Speck.
And then there's Speck. Speck is an out-of-control pointer mix that scares potential owners.
for example, when we come and meet, this is how we come and meet. This is me owning my ground. You see it? Versus me doing this, he will sense that right away. If I hold my whole shoulders low, he will sense that right away. Notice when I came in, see, that is a conversation. Otherwise, he's just gonna take over. So every time you enter into their space or you're near the space, right, it's the conversation human, because human is ears, eyes, and dog is nose, eyes, ears. So now because I'm not acknowledging the dog with eyes and ears, doesn't mean I am not acknowledging the dog. And actually, is the best way to acknowledge a dog. Right? So here is a good way to implement nose, eyes, ears, calm, assertive energy. You get it? It's the same thing over and over with a different dog, right? But life is simple. I mean, to me, they're all dogs, different breed. So I'm always gonna go back to the principles. Nose, eyes, ears, calm, assertive energy. Well, he's familiar. Let me borrow that chair. Let me borrow that chair. May I borrow that chair? Yeah. There you go. Because, let's say, I mean, this guy, let's say somebody wants to make him a service dog. That wouldn't be too good, right? For him to go visit hospitals right that way. So one thing to practice is how to tell him not to climb on you, but to be next to you. But you saw the difference here? He came, he smells, but he also felt the difference. Then you reward that state.
It's amazing.
You know what I mean? There you go. Stay here. So they do react based on the energy and the understanding, because they understand knowledge. So that's my frame of mind. How can I make this dog be at service to society? Who you are in the animal world is? Energy. And who you are in the dog world is? Sense. That's right. Thank you.
Beyond the track at Daytona lies a real world the public rarely sees. A community of trailers and motor homes where NASCAR drivers and their families live during race week.
You, as a person who's watching NASCAR on a TV and you only see vroom, 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 it's not the same. People bring dogs here. People bring their whole families here. This is like a family event. It's a city that focuses on driving. But for the most part, everybody, first and foremost, is to come back home.
Among the people coming back home is Kevin Harvick.
You're watching from Kevin Harvick, 29. We've only run 2 laps, and he's worked his way to the front.
Harvick is a perennial NASCAR champion with over a dozen victories under his belt. Ironically, the same man who can handle an 850 horsepower engine has trouble handling a 4.5-pound Chihuahua. Meet Lowe, one of the toughest competitors on the NASCAR circuit.
The reason that we got Lowe was just we needed something smaller to stay inside the motorhome, and we knew we wanted, something around because it's fun to have pets around. Our big shepherds were having a tough time getting up and down the steps, and they just didn't like being confined to the inside of the bus during race weekend. So Lowe doesn't mind. It's like a full-on track inside for her, so she's perfectly happy with the inside of the motorhome. She's a good dog.
She's playful and she's loving. She never made a peep, and then it was like the 3-month mark hit, and it was all out.
Somebody knocks on the door, rings the doorbell, she immediately starts barking before you can even get out of your chair. So you shake hands with somebody or somebody hugs you or whatever the case may be.
Really?
Every time I come in here, it's like this.
She stays in full bark mode and starts to lunge at certain people, and then as you sit down, if you hold her and somebody goes to touch you, or she'll lunge at them and try to tell them to get back. She doesn't bite them, but she'll put her mouth around your hands.
If she sees anyone walk by the bus, by every window, she's barking as well. Well, and she travels with us to a lot of Kevin's appearances, and I can't really let her around people because she's loud and she'll bark.
I get nervous when she gets around infants, and obviously for us, we're getting ready to have a child of our own, so A, nap time is important, and B, you don't want her to have that first bite on a small child or something.
She's literally never bitten anyone in the 7 years that we've had her, but, I just don't want to take that chance with the baby. I just hope Cesar can let other people, come into her space without being so aggressive. I think our biggest fear now is the baby.
That's a doorbell.
Oh. Awesome. How you doing? Sit. How are you? Come on in.
When I ring the bell for the first time, and I hear low barking, it was like, this little dog is not aggressive, it's not territorial. The bark tells you how they feel. To me, Lo is more confused than anything else. You know, it's a combination of insecurity and excitement combined, and it becomes frantic. The bark is not a territorial or aggressive bark. They're just saying somebody's new or somebody's coming. But sometimes dogs get stuck in telling you, somebody's here, somebody's here, somebody's here.
Right.
We know that she has the capability to snap out of it and just go back to silence. The key here is how quick she stops.
She stopped pretty quick. Quicker than normal.
Yeah, quicker than normal. She stopped when you came in.
Yeah.
That could be the way I came in, right? So calm, confident. Because the brain was excited, I didn't acknowledge the brain.
Okay.
So a lot of times when people come into your place, they acknowledge you, hi, how you doing? And then they acknowledge the dog. You see, like they say her name at that time. Or they go, hi, baby, right? So if you do that at that time, you're just nurturing that state.
Okay.
But at the same time, I know that her bark means somebody's here. It doesn't even mean territorial or aggression.
Well, it's good it's not an aggressive bark.
Oh, no. Not at all.
There's just lots of triggers. I mean, doorbells,
Telephones.
people. Yeah, I mean, people, you know, with, like if she's holding the dog, you know, if this was you, you know, and you were like, oh, you know.
He does it to
or,
you.
you know, somebody new comes to hug her.
Yeah.
I mean, that's me, and I'm around her every day, so.
It was funny when I saw Lo biting and she's closing her eye as she's biting. She doesn't even know where she's biting. It's just another physical indication where this dog is not aggressive. You know, an aggressive dog really wants to know what he's gonna bite. So he can hold down and he can, you know, he can do his thing. But Lo was just so funny. Almost like, stay away from me, I don't know what to deal with you. Do it again. Now, relax. Just let it go. When you hold in the state. When you relax, the mind goes into a different state of mind.
So she's feeling that I'm
Holding, yeah. You're pulling back, meaning you're flight. And she's being protected, and then you say, no, let's fly. So they get frantic. You pretty much are capturing her.
It makes me feel really dumb.
See, you're coming from an emotional point of view and coming from a logical point of view. When you become emotional, you have tendency to disregard the little things because you're focusing on, you know, she's gonna bite somebody.
Right.
That's the end product. So how do we make her not bite somebody?
Right.
And then you address it. Right there, that's it. There you go. That's just a reaction of the brain, like the sound is what triggers that. See, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. As much as you can condition a dog to sit down, stay calm, heel, right, with sound, you can also make him nervous through sound, because the sound is also connected to the nerve system, not just the brain. What you're doing is the opposite. You're saying sound means calmness. Now that they're pregnant, they really have to understand how important rules, manners, and limitations are. I mean, for parenting. So I think it's a perfect moment to rearrange certain way of being and how to relate with a dog. But they both can benefit with rules, boundaries, and limitations. People with little dogs, this is what they do. First reaction. And then they hug the person, right? So if you know the dog is about to do that or is doing that, you just lower it. You give them less power. Because look, you get even more tense.
Right.
Because you have to hold down.
Right.
And then you hold back. But calmly, not like,
right.
Just because at the end you want her to feel calm from the approach. Calm and confident. If you stay calm in a race, you're gonna solve the problem.
That's my problem.
Under chaos, calmness is the best tool.
I want her calm.
Yeah.
I'm not calm.
Right. I think Delana recognizes that she definitely not practice calmness, so the dog becomes a mirror of that. So not only is going to be a good test drive as a parent, but it's also a good test drive as a consciousness. Relax, breathe. That's like yoga with a dog. Right? So you know somebody's coming towards you. Oh, there you go. There you go. So, no, not backwards.
Not backwards?
No.
Down.
There you go.
Okay.
It's almost like you put them in a purse. That's all it is.
Okay.
Or just shake hands. that's not a bite.
No.
And that's what
Just
we
frantic.
said.
She's just frantic. So see what you're doing is just doing this a little bit. See this part? It's here. That's what I'm saying. Because you want her to feel this as a relaxed movement.
Okay.
Otherwise, she's feeling this. And that's what she's not getting the message.
Right.
You know? Then you have to feel confidence about it, and she misbehaves, and then you put it right here. But see how calm the movement is? It's the same movement, but it has an essence of calmness.
Right. I learned today that I needed to correct Lo with a more calm demeanor. I didn't realize that I was sort of passing my anxiousness on to her when I was receiving attention and when I was trying to correct her behavior.
One thing is she's not aggressive. It will take a little time because we're working with 3 things here: dominance, excitement, and insecurity. So it's 3 things. With those 2 things combined, it takes a little longer for the dog to snap out of it. But at the same time, you're providing calmness. See this tail right here? That's the first sign you're gonna see. That you're gonna see that this is gonna go down here, and that's when you start seeing less excitement. Again, the touch is not to hurt her. The touch is just to snap the brain or create an out of balance experience. That's all it is.
Okay.
You know, but if you hold back, that only grounds her even more.
So it's not a hold back, it's a...
Yeah, it's just, you know, when people panic and then we slap them in the face, it's not to hurt them, it's just to snap them out of them. That when you're doing a discipline ritual, it's not about hurting their feelings, because otherwise you break trust. So the animal will not come back to you. At the 14th or 15th day, you see, he got it. It becomes his second nature. To them, it's just conditioning.
I think I was approaching it more from an intellectual standpoint of, oh, I don't want to hurt her feelings, when she doesn't relate to me that way at all.
What I learned today is to be very assertive with the dog, let it know in very simple ways that you're in charge, and when it's doing something wrong, to immediately discipline it.
I want to address it here.
Yeah, I appreciate all your help, but I have to go to work. Structure in anybody's life is a good thing. I think the dog will be happier just with some structure as well.
And NASCAR is all about winning. I am happy to report that all of the dogs I work with in Daytona are doing great and heading towards the finish line. Thanks everyone, it's been a gas.
I make regular trips to the pound. When I got Richard, I went with someone I was dating. Richard got noticed by this person, and I could tell that he was, you know, a little bit off. I wanted to encourage the person I was dating, so I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I do love that dog.
Come on, what's happening?
He's just got his own little personality. He's his own little creature.
I know. Hi. Come on.
Hey, Jillian, how are you?
The minute anybody would go up to Richard, he would bite them.
Okay. Meet Richard. Come on in if you dare.
The first 3 months I had him at the house, he bit me. He'd get a hold of something on the floor, you try to take it away from him, he'd bite you. You know, you'd reach out to pet him, he'd bite you. And even now, if he gets startled, he'll bite you.
I've been doing Jillian's makeup for about 8 years.
Yeah.
I've been in her life way longer than this dog. But the dog hates me. I can't do her makeup without him trying to bite me.
I moved to this beach in particular because it's actually nicknamed Dog Beach. The beach is closed on both sides. The dogs are safe, they can roam off the leash. He's got a super life. If I take Richard on the beach, he will spot somebody coming with a dog and tear 50 to 100 yards off, go straight for them and start attacking their dog. I'm in the middle of adopting a 2-year-old, and it's literally around the corner that she'll be coming home. I have 2 fears when it comes to Richard. Number 1, that somebody on the beach is no longer gonna find this funny and call animal control. And number 2, that he'll bite my kid.
I'm not afraid to say.
When I first came in, he would start biting me, non-stop barking. Richard's bit me about 5 to 6 times.
I think about what Cesar taught me. Don't be anxious, don't get crazy, don't get wild.
No.
I had a bark collar that would spray citronella. He barks right through it. He gets 2 walks a day on the beach. No! And I can stop him for a second, but then he just goes right back in. If I can't get him to be good around my kid, I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do. Not only do I not want to give this dog up, no one's gonna take Richard. I would try everything under the sun to avoid ever having to give up this dog.
Hi, Cesar! How are you? Oh, look at you. How are you?
Oh my God. Okay.
How are you?
Caesar came in, gave me a huge hug, and I thought, oh my God, the dog's gonna bite his face off. And that's gonna be that, and our friendship's gonna be over.
Okay.
This is cheating because you saw it. You did see it. Everyone saw this dog, right?
He's nervous. That's why he bites people, because he's nervous. If you watch the tape,
Okay.
the dog is doing this when I'm coming forward. He can't bite me. He's already telling me, oh, you're too strong for me.
Really?
So I just walk into his space.
Come here. Come on.
Wait, see, look, wait. See it? See what you're carrying?
Don't pick him up?
No, because he's telling you, I'm not sure. And he did this. He froze, but he froze nervous. Then you put him here, now he's on top.
Right.
So he's an insecure dominant one. You're the source, by the way, of his dominance. You didn't create the nervousness. You just gave him dominance.
I just thought that Richard was aggressive because he attacks people. I didn't understand the concept of nervous. I feel like I'm a crazy person right now. We all saw the dog, right? Did we not? All of a sudden, he's like calm and doing his own thing. I mean, he never does this, though. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
This dog has bit every friend I have.
Yeah.
He's bit my mother. He's bit my assistant.
No way.
He's just bit her today. And I'm adopting a little girl. I have a friend who has a 3-year-old. And the 3-year-old dropped like a Cheerio or something.
Yeah.
And Richard went to get it, and the 3-year-old picked it up, and Richard bit him.
Of course. If he doesn't respect grown-ups, he's not gonna respect little ones.
And I'll do, no, Richard. So he'll be
Louder
like,
so he can hear you better.
no. But I don't get hysterical, just one solid no.
It's funny.
No, and then he'll have a moment like this, and then he goes right back after it.
Because you didn't follow through.
What do you do after that?
I'm gonna show you.
First, Cesar wants to see how nervous Richard becomes when confronted in his own home.
All nervous dogs, all fearful dogs, all excited dogs are gonna run away. So let's take that power away, which is unhealthy for everybody, including Richard. Let's put a leash on, block the power.
Oh, he's gonna bite you. He's gonna bite you.
Frantic is good. They're gonna throw all the punches. Keep going, buddy, keep going.
That's insane, I can't believe it.
So when you block, the dog goes into, they have to go. It's just you holding in energy. So the energy have to go somewhere. So they go into screaming, biting, but he wasn't like clumping. He was, he sees it. Normally people walks away from me or they put me away. But you're not doing that. My goal is not to hurt him. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
It was like a showdown. And Richard, opened his fingers up. He bit right through your friggin', oh,
No, but that's
so
just
sorry,
this,
man.
don't worry about it.
Blood coming down his hand for a Chihuahua. Looked like he got bit by a piranha. I'm mortified.
So he did his whole physical thing and it's like, I'm gonna take over. Most of the time people retrieve or they take him away, but nobody confronts him.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. By us taking him to that state of releasing it, it's actually very healthy for him.
Really?
Yeah. Venting is good. Holding is bad.
Yeah, that's right, just like a person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aggression is not the problem, it's the outcome of a problem. Obesity is not the problem, it's the outcome of a problem.
Yeah, it's
right?
a symptom.
It's a symptom. That's right. So aggression is a symptom. So I don't focus on the symptoms. To me, it's like, what's the real problem? This is an insecure dog that has way too much power, and he gets affection at the wrong time. He's hesitant. Shit. And the reason why he's acting completely different is because he was not in control of the situation. Now, this guy, just so you know, is aggressive. Oh, yes.
Really?
Oh, yes. When I told Jillian, this is an aggressive dog. So she said, well, what do you mean? He's so calm, he's so nice, he let me touch, he's very nice to my dog. But she's never seen it. So in her mind, it's not real. That's living in the moment, that's living in the now.
I need to make him get that way, though.
No, I'm gonna do it for you.
But what if you're not here?
Well, he needs to come and stay with me for a week at least. He knows that I know what's healthy and what's unhealthy.
And so he trusts you,
And I
he's
work
calm.
on his self-esteem. His self-esteem is low. He needs to be around dogs, he needs to be around kids, he needs to be around different people, but with a different guidance.
Okay.
Before he leaves, Cesar wants to see Richard in action on the beach.
Now, see, there's these two dogs. Let's see what he does.
Hold on, because you're just setting him up. So if you let him go in front of you, he's gonna take off.
That's exactly what he does.
Well, then we have to change. But, hey, so we gotta take him away. Hey, move. He can't be in front.
Okay.
If you wanna create a different reaction of the brain, like when you see greyhounds and when you see like racing horses, they want it at the edge.
Yeah.
So as soon as you open the door, pow!
That's exactly what he
Right.
does. I look and see if anyone's coming. If no one's coming, I open up the door and let him go. But Cesar immediately took control of him before he even stepped out of the house.
First, I want to make sure that we can open the door without him taking off. Number one. So that way you calm the mind down first. Otherwise, if you let the mind go excited, we know that he is going to rush or he's going to go with that intensity. What it does to the brain is it makes the brain more patient.
Okay. This woman he attacked. He's attacked this woman again and again and again. Yesterday he attacked her.
Do you know her?
She's my neighbor.
Everybody knew Richard on the beach, you know. Oh, there is Richard. Yes, he's beat me. I mean, he pretty much beat everybody at the beach. When you introduce a dog and the dog is in front of you, you have no control. You have control when the dog is next to you or behind.
See, he would go right for this dog.
So,
See?
there you go.
And he's not playing when he goes for them either.
Yeah, but she was telling me every single time we see a group of people, look, he's gonna go after the dog. He's gonna go after the white dog. He's gonna go after...
I'm waiting for that woman to come around that corner.
Obviously, this dog is biting people and is biting kids.
If he doesn't go after Mazel, my head's gonna explode.
So the concern combined with the not knowing what to do, combined with feeling bad about people getting hurt.
You see it? He's vicious.
She goes back into, oh my God, he's gonna bite somebody. Okay. See, when I don't have a leash, I just go around like a sheep herding dog. Around, that's your leash.
I feel like every time somebody walks down the beach, Richard's gonna attack them. Cesar immediately took control, and Richard had a completely different personality on the beach.
We did start it at the door. If we would have done it your way, there's no way in the world I could control him. You can't stop a horse after you let him go. You gotta let him calm down. So I actually calmed him down before I let him go.
I'm realizing now that it's gonna be repetition of these patterns and these behaviors with him that's gonna stop him and calm him down. I'm just looking forward to the day when he doesn't try to go after somebody. I can't believe he's actually walking next to you. He's being calm.
It's a big stake here because there's an adoption coming and definitely not the right state of mind dog to have around children. He needs a week with me so I can create a different state of mind and you just keep it that way.
So sorry about your hand, man.
Oh.
5 days later, Jillian's assistant brings Richard to the dog psychology center, where Cesar will introduce him to his pack.
How long it took for you to gain his trust?
Yeah, probably about a month and a half.
Wow. It took a long time, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna take him to the pack so the pack evaluates him. So the more he detaches himself from the owners, the easier it becomes for him to let go. See that? That's he's behaving too excited in the pack. So that was a charge. That was a dominant charge. And that's what we're going to be helping. I mean, that's what I want to evaluate. What's the source of his aggression, excitement, anxiety? What is it? Ears to the side. He's unsure. He's ready to strike. When I brought Richard into the pack, the pack really didn't pay attention to him, which to me is a double-edged sword. If they don't like him, they're gonna get rid of him. And that's how they're telling him, we don't want you here. At the same time, can also mean he means no harm. Miss Maven, which is the Siberian Husky that we have, she's very inquisitive about everything. There you go, that's what I wanted. See, she's the only one who's trying to find out about him. Maven is my most dominant dog here in the pack, and I like to keep it that way because she helps me to evaluate dogs. They are aggressive or they're too dominant. She's the one who's going to let them know right off the bat, you're not welcome here. Okay, that's good. If she accepts him, that's good news. Oh, there you go. Oh, yes. When Maven went and smelled and he did that little movement, that was good. That's what I'm looking for. How did you feel about my most dominant female in this place? That was good. Richard needs a father. That's what he needs. Friendly figure means excitement. Mother figure is also excitement. Richard's going home with me. He's going to have a nice siesta with us today. It's definitely a dog that I know I can turn him around fairly quickly, but it has to be done at home. I don't want him to relate that this new behavior is because he was at the ranch. I want him to know that behavior is at home.
Richard spends the next 8 days at Cesar's home, where he is coached by everyone.
How do you do, Calvin? Have you been bitten by Richard?
He attempted to, but I stopped it because he's like, and then I was like, shh.
What about you? Did he try to bite you, babe?
He bit me twice.
He bit you twice.
I went to pet him or something, and he really fast right here. And then I went to correct him from the side, and he attacked.
Too fast.
He was really fast. He attacked
like a
again.
rattlesnake.
Yeah.
What we're really learning is what triggers Richard's aggression, and his insecurity is what triggers aggression. By barking, he learned to release his insecurity, but then it becomes a bad habit. This is good right here, right? So Richard comes, but he's not in the top of me like he is with Jillian, right? So I don't have a problem with him being next to me because he's giving me space. I was with Richard for like 2-3 days, right? And so we have a good level of trust. Calvin has experience with dogs. At the same time, he has an affinity towards Chihuahuas. So I said, well, you have knowledge with the Chihuahuas. I'm gonna give you another challenge. And Richard is a perfect challenge for Calvin. Calvin, show him how you learned to touch Richard. See, that's his first reaction when he sees people.
The way my dad taught me was I had to step on the leash.
There you go. Nice. So as you see, Richard is pulling back, right?
When he would be a little bit more calmer, that's when I would be able to approach him.
It's very good use of using your feet. Nice. That's beautiful. The way he removed his feet when Richard just totally surrendered. He's still a little unsure, but it's not biting. So that's a good move from Calvin. He did really good. He did really good. When I asked him, show us how to gain the trust of Richard through the leash. He let the tension go at the right time. He has a great instinct. That just helps Richard to see, okay, if a person approaches me, doesn't necessarily mean they want to hurt me, and that's what he needs to experience that. So it's very easy for Richard just to get really scared.
Richard is my second dog that I've trained. The first dog, his name is Coco. He's my soul.
Mr. Richard is doing great. That's all Jillian has to do, have to make sure she understands what leadership is all about. Richard, to me right now, we took him from 10, and he's at 4. So we're really close to balance. That's a good boy, Mr. Richard.
During Richard's rehabilitation, Cesar takes him to Daytona Beach, Florida, to help with another problem Chihuahua. Kevin and Daytona Harvick's dog, Lo.
So could I?
Yes, you can touch, absolutely. Yeah, it's very important for her to see you touching other dogs.
Okay. I just didn't know with him if he was
Oh, no, he's
comfortable
cool.
with...
No. I'm just saying that was his pass 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. That's perfect solution right there. Jillian, what's up? Richard is losing his attitude. She helps people lose weight. I help dogs to lose attitude. Richard has been with me for over 2 weeks, working with my family, Calvin, Chahida. Now I'm gonna show you one of the techniques that we've been doing in order for me to help. Some of my crew members of Dog Whisperer are gonna practice the same things. It's gonna be their first time doing it. And watch what happens. I'm gonna break the rules, right? Touch, talk, and eye contact. I'm gonna do everything that I normally don't teach. But in reality, most of the people right now in the world, this is what they love to practice. So as much as I want him, to maintain nose, eyes, ears, I also have to teach him ears, eyes, nose. Hi, Richard. Hi, baby. Oh my God, he's so pretty. Oh my God, he's so beautiful. So you have to learn to take this behavior from us. He is very submissive, right? There you go. So we have to be very realistic with the techniques, with the strategies, right? And so one thing that everybody carries is their voice and their hands and their beautiful love. But as you saw, it gets pretty overwhelmed.
Cesar invites Dog Whisperer director Sue-Ann Finke to approach Richard in a direct, overwhelming manner.
There you go. Good boy. See, the reason why I'm asking many of my crew to do it is because you have to see that everybody pretty much in the world is going to do this behavior. So eventually he said, well, I guess everybody does this thing, but nobody really harms me. This time, have the food, right? Wave the sand. Now we're going to do it nose, eyes, ears.
Next, Cesar adds food to the challenge to see if Richard's behavior changes.
Now, hi, Richard.
Hi, Richard.
Richard, you're so cute. You're such a cute boy.
Now, begin with this hand to touch. Yeah, there. And this one you get food, that's right. Now give him the food. There you go. So now, what we're doing is integrating nose, eyes, and sound, and then touch. So we do it backwards, then we do it right. So that he sees, okay, even if the human comes backwards, at one point he's gonna give me food. So you're making the association. So he now is approaching humans in a way where he's not guarding anybody, where he's more curious. That's what the nose is so important to play a role in rehabilitation.
That's amazing, because he came right back to me.
At one point, he might be doing this and nobody saw it and people touch, and that becomes a traumatic experience. You don't have to really hit the dog for them to become traumatized and then they want to bite. It can be because they're saying they get overwhelmed, especially little dogs, and nobody sees the sign because they see a cute dog. But here, now we're getting the trust. See? Now he's interested, that's right.
He's still coming.
He's interested in the stranger, so strangers are good. What would it take with Richard is the consistency. Jillian can totally finish it, because now we have the strategy. Now we know what to expect. How long does it take for Richard to get into that state? It took me 30 minutes to gain his trust. So that's another thing that she has to learn.
After more than 3 weeks, Cesar determines that Richard is ready to return home. Cesar brings along his family, which has played a significant role in Richard's rehabilitation.
It's been a little over 3.5 weeks that Cesar has had Richard, and he has been missed.
Jillian, this is my family. Hi, come on.
I am optimistic because I believe in Cesar. I believe he can do anything. He's the magic man. He has bit my makeup artist every single time.
Which one is your makeup artist?
Paige, can Paige come
on, Paige, come on.
Cesar. How many times has Richard bit you?
Well, every time I come over, he tries.
Come down. There you go. So you want him to, come in and smell and, just to swim by you.
For me, I'm like, okay, he's been around the crew for 3 weeks. I had a whole group of people here that Richard either hated or hadn't met to see what was gonna happen.
So I grabbed the leash and I start touching him. See it? He used to, remember, he used to touch.
Oh my God!
So he has to learn that when a human makes mistake, he can choose to surrender to it. Don't think about it, just do it. Bring him in. There you go, touch. There you go. Then
Paige
relax here
in
right
2
here.
years has never touched this dog.
I can actually put your makeup on without him attacking me.
Well, in this case, Richard, we needed to train to be okay, you know, with people who break the rules. You know, they touch, talk, and give eye contact to the dog. In a situation when you have kids and kids are not being reminded about no touch, no talk, no eye contact, we actually have to do it the opposite. I'm not saying this is gonna work with all dogs in the world, but this is what worked for Richard.
I have a friend who he's not met, right? Can I test to see he's never met her?
I think for her to test, you know, with the makeup artist, with the new friend, with different type of people, I think is the right thing to do, you know what I mean? Because she really wants to make sure this is real, this is for real, this is truth, what she's seeing.
So if she went to pet him, what's gonna happen? Oh, wow.
See, look how he's pulling his head back. Now, it's because if you go like, see, how do I make you feel? But if I just go and touch, it's like, pow, to the point. So then you grab the person's hand and say, right here. So it shows you passing that energy here. Cesar, trust her because she has the same, she has the same energy as Cesar has. When you bring somebody who's hesitating, that person has a different energy than what you have. And that makes the reaction. You see what I mean?
I think with dogs, it's gratification for us because when the dog shows us affection, it's a validation. So I believe the reason that people don't want to do the no talk, no touch, no eye contact is because they're deprived of that interaction. So when Richard doesn't like people, it really rattles them at their core. It's as though it says something that you're not a good person. It's an interesting implication. So don't talk, don't touch, no eye contact. It's like you don't get that instant validation or that instant gratification. You have to wait until the dog has sussed you out and feels comfortable. And then it's like, okay, come on in, let's meet each other. And you get that sort of really familial interaction that we love so much about our pets.
Next, Cesar challenges Richard with a doorbell exercise.
That's normal. So here's where I go. Hey. Good boy. So that bark, normal, they're telling you, but not like clack, 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 clack. Just, there you go. This Calvin just helped me over there. See how we help each other?
Stop.
Everybody barks, because it's normal.
Wait, the way you know someone's there.
But then I tell them how many barks I'm okay with that sound. See it? It's less and less and less. The memory, what we did right now, is like, that's why I went upstairs, because it's a memory. And then I said, well, don't listen to that memory, listen to the new imprint.
I couldn't believe that Richard barked for a little bit, a minute or so, and then Cesar was like, I'm done with you barking. I stopped barking.
From 0 to 10, he's at 1 right now, so he's almost there, like balanced, right? So it was 10 when I took him, now he's at 1, and you just do the rest. I don't like to finish things for people, because then they're not part of rehabilitation.
Can I just brush your hair back? Yeah.
I know Richard did tremendous progress in very short period of time, but everybody worked on it. The Dog Whisperer crew worked on it. My family worked on it. And that's beautiful. Richard went with us to Daytona. She helps people lose weight. I help dogs to lose attitude. Richard is constantly moving and learning from different people, and that's what he needed. He needed to see, okay, I can trust many people.
Cesar, you're a rock star.
You hear that, Calvin?
And so are you. You guys, I can't thank you enough.
You're welcome.
Here in this picturesque Los Angeles suburb, an award-winning TV star has seen his home life go completely to the dogs.
I've been a dog lover my whole life. I've had good dogs, I've had bad dogs. I don't really know what makes the difference. I was fairly resistant to the idea of a dog because I knew that we had a lot of changes coming up in our life, that we'd be traveling. The idea of a dog was, I thought, not a great idea.
I made him watch Lady and the Tramp. And then I went on Pet Finder and I said, isn't this a cute one?
Everybody said, okay, you can get a dog. His full name is George Bambi Dearborn Sir Wolfrat Grammer. He is part dachshund, part away rat. Isn't that right? Show him your tail.
When we first brought George home, we noticed right away he had problems. He'd chew up glasses, mobile phones,
He'd chew
get
everything
pill
inside.
bottles. He would chew everything inside.
George seemed particularly thick about the idea of the little weeby pets. We covered the entire living room at one point with
and our
weeby pets.
bedroom.
And our bedroom. And he would find the place that didn't have a weeby pet to
Like
go
a
to
little
bed.
square, and he would go there.
More piddling in the house.
We used to take him for walks in New York. He wouldn't go to the bathroom. And then we'd get home and we'd go straight in the living room.
Throwing caution to the wind, Kelsey and Kate take home another dog from a New York City pet store.
As soon as I picked Elvis up, he sort of melted into my neck.
Yes,
Kelsey said, I think that's your
it
dog.
did seem like destiny. Elvis is Elvis Pippin Lord Grammer because he is a pedigree.
As soon as we got him, he went on the pad. Kelsey said, I love that dog.
Oh, he was amazing. Yeah, he really was. He was exemplary. And then
And then obviously George and Elvis met. And
corrupting influence. We have an upstate property where the dogs spend all day outside. All day. They run and they have the best time, and they come back in the house. The minute they get in the house, they poop.
Who's done this? Who's done this? I'll ask them who's done it, and the one that's done it will put himself in the crate. So
It's easier
go
to
in the
apologize
crate.
than to ask permission.
Yeah.
Bad dogs. They have a gift for escaping.
You'll let them out for a wee, and they'll just run.
It's impossible to get them back. They do not respond.
They go straight for the golfers. They
Wow.
chase them. They run after golf
Chase
carts.
the birds. I think that they sense their strength in numbers. There's a little bit of a conspiracy theory there for them because I think they get strength from each other in that. They know that it doesn't matter what I say. It's their house. They own the house. They climb up on people if people don't want them to. They sit on top of the furniture. They sit on top of a table. You can get up from the dinner table and then there's a dog sitting on it. You dread someone coming to the door.
Oh. Yeah. As soon as that doorbell goes, it's like, oh no.
Here we go. But no matter what it is, Elvis always gets the last bark.
I hope Cesar can stop them from barking and stop them from weeing on the furniture, from pooping in the house. And we call their name for them to come and not just ignore us.
What's the side effect?
Well, they poop and piss in the house. Yeah.
Yeah, on the furniture. They cock their legs on the furniture. We've had to have our furniture cleaned how many times in the last month?
It's a weekly.
And they also run away.
That's the other big thing is they
when
run
we
away.
let them
They
out
don't
of the
mind at
back,
all. They just disappear.
So when do you take them for walks? They're in front of you, next to you?
I try to get them to heel when we walk them, but they don't like to do that very much. They tend to just pull.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have not accomplished that part.
That has not actually been successful.
Every time a client has this kind of situation, there is no rules, boundaries, and limitations, or consistency on it, or knowing how to follow through. What about barking? Is it bad?
The barking is pretty bad.
Yeah.
So when you open the door, it gets really bad.
Crazy.
Then we gotta start there. You have to start from the basics. Pretty much your basics are not covered because that gives you access to create the structure.
Okay. All right, come on, Beast. Let's go.
The dog doesn't know. He lives with a movie star, with a famous person. What the dog knows is that the knowledge that they require to feel safe is not there. Let me take care of this part. What you have to detect in every pack of dogs is who is triggering the ripple effect. Okay, George is the one who's triggering this. That's why we're gonna put a leash on George, control George. Through George, we control Elvis. So the leash is just to give you leverage so you can claim a little bit more space so he doesn't have to go in front of you. And so as you see, there's no tension on the leash.
Right.
So that way you don't have to shout, you keep everything quiet. The leash is just a temporary tool that you use because you pretty much lost control of a dog that it comes in your intimate space.
Right.
So this is an exercise. It's a mental exercise. This drains the dog more than going for a half an hour walk.
Wow.
Because he's using the brain to understand what is expected of him.
Right.
And so what is expected of him is to wait, which is something that these guys don't do. Modern dogs don't know how to wait. Kids in modern society don't know how to wait. The touch is just to snap the brain. See,
Yeah.
tail like that is focusing on what is in front of him. So he's already telling you what he's. See, now that George is loose, he gets fed from.
Yeah, he's more authoritative.
So let's do this again. So
okay,
you're gonna do it again, okay?
So I go do this?
Huh?
Hey.
Now we're doing it without the leash. That's right.
Hey, Elvis.
Oh, that's it.
Come on. Stay there. Hey.
He's not ready. He's not ready.
Not ready.
Oh,
He's
no.
not behind the line.
Yeah, he's not.
Elvis, come on. Come on. That's it.
Stay there.
That's enough. Hey, George.
Now close the door, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That was good. That was good. But it gets better.
Okay.
I tell you what. See, pushing, it only brings this back.
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So it's touch just to snap the brain out of it.
Right.
You know when people panic?
Yeah.
And they do this? It's not to hurt them, just to snap them out of it.
Thanks, I needed that. Yeah.
That's good. That's
George.
So here, look, this whole thing, I'm taking leadership away from him.
Right.
It's normal.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It's normal for them to do a little protest here, they go back.
No, he's gone.
There's no structure for the dogs to come inside the house. There's no structure for the dogs to come out of the house. There's no structure if you open the door. There's really no structure. You see how energy, body language, understanding in a simple tool created a different reaction of the brain.
Yeah.
Now they say, okay, this guy is setting a new rule.
They actually need a leader.
Yeah.
They need a leader that actually makes them comfortable. They don't have to do it.
This exercise is about rules and boundaries. In your mind, you have to have a vision. I'm gonna put the plate in the floor, and this is my expectation. The dogs have to know that you already have a plan. So you're telling the nose to smell it from far away. So watch how the brain slowly retrieves. You can't move yet because they haven't give enough distance. In their brain, they still don't know to give you more space. Because, there you go. It's because the nose doesn't understand yet to tell the brain to stay away. So
Yeah.
very powerful because it's a scent.
Very
So
hard
here-
to fight that, yeah.
Well, yeah, but at the same time.
But good.
Yeah, see now I can stand up because first I begin short steps, inches. Just give me an inch, give me 2 inches, give me 3 inches. Now he's giving me 2 foot. Right, so now I can move. And now because I move, that's an agreement of he can come in.
Right.
Then I go away to show you that I can walk away from it. In the beginning, you have to supervise it because they don't understand. There you go. Now he's surrendering to it. The seating, what the brain is saying is, so what do I do now? And you said, you wait. Do I'm gonna get the food? Not necessarily. So the food that you're given is mental. Is that he's learning rules, boundaries. Body, there you go. So now, this behavior sideways, now you're seeing respect. Now the nose is not controlling the brain. Now the eyes is controlling the brain. I don't wanna say, stay away from the food and sit. See, I'm doing everything for him. I'm just saying, this is my food, rules, boundaries, that was the thought, and then that's the outcome.
Have you ever seen him so well behaved?
No.
See, it's a calm, submissive.
Very good.
See, calm, submissive. So obviously you can always challenge. Now you're challenging him that even though you bring the food towards him, doesn't mean he can touch it.
That's incredible.
See, so he's confused because you brought the food towards him. But confusion is part of draining
Obedience.
psychological energy.
Yeah.
You have to allow him to get involved in learning what he should do with food in the ground. What he should do when food is in the ground and you walk away from it. So watch when the brain moves away. So here is, you just let him figure it out. Then what he learns is any food in the kitchen belongs to you, no matter where it is. The exercise should not stop right now until he completely moves away or surrender. That's how you know it. Because he's closing his eyes. There you go, there you go. See how you looked at the food and just give avoidance? So that's a beautiful process of the brain. There you go. See how he's closing the eyes?
Just going away. There you go.
There you go.
Wow.
That's right. See, there you go. See it? You have to wait for that. That's when you know the dog got it.
Good
Right.
boy.
That's calm submissive. Do you understand the concept?
Yes, yeah.
It's about three things: rules, boundaries, or limitations.
Right.
The whole day was about rules, boundaries, and limitations.
Very cool.
Tell me
Then they see that the house means a respectful space. That's how they learn not to pee on it.
Yeah.
See, the pee is a byproduct of respect or disrespect. That's when you open the door, you have to tell them to come in calmly.
So if we do catch them peeing,
You address it, don't let them go into the cage.
Right.
Because they're just hiding. They're just flying, they're not surrendering. This is surrendering, by the way.
right?
When they're not learning, they go away.
Got it.
Fight, flight, avoid,
that's good.
submission.
Yeah, right,
Submission is open-minded. That means you surrender, you get it.
So you just
That's what
wait
the-
there until they
Into this.
go like that.
Yeah,
Can you only do that when you catch them in the act?
that's right.
I saw how George surrendered, so it was like, right, that's what he does.
That's the goal.
So
That's, yeah.
I can use that when we catch him piddling or pooping. I know now when he surrenders.
Ready.
There you go. That's you reward. See, that's that moment to reward calm, submissive state.
Right.
Right.
When the session moves outdoors, Cesar changes the leashes for better control.
Yeah, the high and tight.
The high and tight.
Yeah.
This guy is much calmer than this,
Yeah.
this one right here. So that's why I'm going to separate them so I can correct this one when it's necessary, and I'm just going to nurture this one because he's calm. So here, right here. This one is already in a much better state. This one is still adjusting himself from being excited to being calm. So if you look at this hand right here, it has no tension. This one is the one with a little bit because I'm slowing the brain down.
Right.
That's really interesting, yeah.
And he's adjusting, so it goes from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Hold this one. George?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So just loose?
Short but not tense. There you
Okay.
go. Short but not tense.
Okay.
Relax, shoulders up. That's right. I'll take care of this little one over here. There you go. Short but not tense. Yeah, a little bit more like assertive on the step,
Okay.
like in a wrong way. Yeah, this is your catwalk right here.
See, he's pulling on.
Yeah, but because you're hesitant, you see what I mean? So again, an animal will not feel safe if you're hesitant.
Right.
An animal can only feel safe if you are assertive.